by the name of Bart Collins. And so anytime there was a call, especially on the east side, we would proceed to that place where the call was from, and without interfering, stand by and listen to what was happening, put our cameras up and take film of what was happening. We would record. The police officers would come up and, get off the street, move back, don't be taking that picture. And we pretty much ignored them. There was not much they could do because we were a pretty sizable crowd. And I think that led to the elimination of the bad heads. So Blackmore, being the chief, was not a bad guy. He just was kind of a pushover. And with the work that we did, we were able to convince then the city manager, Ted Tedesco, to hire a police chief from outside. He picked Joseph McNamara, who was also now a personal dear friend, who was chief of Kansas City Police Department, and brought him to town. And the difference that he made from 1975 to 1996 was tremendous from the standpoint of working with the community. He and I got together, and I used to take him to an awful lot of the meetings that were taking place. We had lunch at least 2 or 3 times a month to bring everything up to snuff. And I was sure sorry to see him go, because the department was never the same after that, although right now it ranks in California probably in the top 3.
You can put that on the public airwaves.
Yeah, well, it's going to be personal for us. I had been working with Steve Mann. As a matter of fact, I was a member of his board at Legal Aid. And we had put together a plan to approach the Board of Supervisors for some action regarding the hiring of Chicanos to the percentage of the community that they were serving. At that time, in the whole Sheriff's Department, we had maybe 2%. The Mexican population of San Jose at the time was 28%. And white sheriff deputies working on the east side just were not able to handle the situation in a way that was legal. So we went before the Board of Supervisors. Steve Manley was the director of Legal Aid. Bob Dresser was his assistant. We were sitting across, or I was sitting across from Six Sanchez and Dominic Cortese, both supervisors of the county of Santa Clara, and both whom I knew quite well and admired and respected. The attorneys were discussing the manner in which this was about to take place, and the attorney for the county was just being rude and obnoxious and no cooperation. So Six Sanchez said, well, unfortunately it looks like we're not going to be able to settle this matter. And I said, so. And then Dominic called up, and I like Dominic much. And he said, Jack, take it easy. I told him, shut up, you bum, I'm not talking to you. And then I turned back to Sig and I said, Sig, we're going to settle this fucking thing one way or the other, because what comes next is going to be nothing but negatives. And then he and Dominic got up, the attorney got up, the personnel director, and Sheriff Geary. And they walked about maybe, 20 feet into the adjoining room. Had a little caucus, and when they came back, they said, okay, we're ready to settle. So we signed it, and immediately started the hiring of Chicano deputy sheriffs. And at the present time, we're up to maybe 28-30% in the sheriff's department. A lot of them women, and beautiful Chicanas that make good deputy sheriffs. It was a good session, and after that, Sheriff Geary, being one of the better sheriffs that we've had in this county, was instrumental in making sure that so many of the Chicanos that were hired were promoted to ranks of sergeants, first lieutenants, captains. We got a good department in the sheriff's department, and all due to the fact that we were able to convince the 2 county board of supervisor members to go ahead and agree on our plan. It was easy after that to do the police department because Joe McNamara was there, and as soon as we presented what we did with the sheriffs, he said, yeah, fine, I'll do it here. We didn't even have to argue with him. He was on our side from the start. But sometimes I even used to practice, especially before the Unified School Board. I would practice even in the mirror, so that when I went, I always had a response to the question they were going to ask before they asked it. So I was always a step ahead of them.